Hey, good morning, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute since I've done a live drawing like this with commentary. Most of the time I'm started to do the drawing, and then I'll put commentary over it because I've had allergies lately, and allergies have been so bad this season. I did have one of my users, one of my viewers, that actually made a comment. He's like, I was enjoying the video until he had to blow his boogers and his snot like 15 times. And I'm like, yeah, I'd probably not want to hear that as well. So my apologies, you guys. I've had allergies my entire life, and now I live, in the forest, in the mountains, and whenever the season comes, I just have a really hard time. I'm actually allergic to chenopod's, which are ferns. So, this time of year, it seems is when the ferns are having their heyday. So my apologies. I am so sorry for all the snorts and snots and sounds that I make. I've had such a hard time, and over the past couple weeks, it's been hideously bad. So I didn't make videos with comments. And even today, you'll hear me swallow every once in a while. It's because of my allergies. So, again, my apologies. So this morning, we're doing some faces. I've been doing a little bit of Inktober here and there, not because I really wanted to. It's because I felt like I had to. And whenever I get into the had tos, my brain just goes into that mode where I'm like, I don't want to. And literally, I did, I think, 3 drawings. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I don't want to do Inktober anymore. So that's kind of where I'm at. Plus, it takes such a long time for me to set these drawings up mentally, and also editing the videos. It's just one of those deals where I'm like, you know what? I just don't feel like it. And I've got so much other work that, I need to do. And so that's kind of where I'm at with Inktober. This drawing is kind of these drawings, these little warm-up drawings that I do. Hopefully you guys are, enjoying those. Literally are just my daily warm-ups that I do. And, during the Inktober season, typically I'll use my warm-ups as my time to do the drawings. But like I said, again, it's just been really to that point where I've been so tired from the allergy season, because I have to take antihistamines, so it just sucks, and I wanted to do cryptids and mythical creatures, and I actually started on it, and I had a really good running start. But then after I started doing the videos and editing, and gosh, I was just so like, I don't want to do it anyway. So my apologies for not getting those out to you. Eventually I'll get to them all 30 drawings will happen, 31 drawings will happen, because I really like the way they turned out. Just if you haven't seen the videos and you're landing on this channel for the first time, I started out with a chupacabra, and then I moved on to Boogeyman, and then the Leviathan, and then the Wolfman. So I really had a great way to start. But gosh, like I said, I got with the antihistamines, I felt like I was in a weird haze. So anyway, so this morning what I'm doing is I'm drawing on Bristol board using a Prisma, just a plain black Prisma marker. And my next kind of mythical fun creature, which I don't think really is a mythical creature. I think it's just a creation of Mary Shelley, Frankenstein. So I don't know why I like Frankenstein so much, but I do. I love the things you can do with him. You can make him funny. You can make him just gross. He's kind of like a zombie, but he's not a zombie. And I just love what you can do with this particular character. It's just been a lot of fun. I do like Wolfman. I like the Mummy. I like all the classic Universal Studios monsters. And a while back, I did a few of those illustrations and I really, really liked them. I did them digitally, and this year I wanted to do something a little bit different. So that's why I landed on cryptids and mythical creatures. So, working with markers. I've had a lot of people ask me about working with markers. Is it hard? Is it, difficult? Yeah, it is. But thing is, markers are so liberating. And liberating meaning, once you put the mark down, you got to live with it. I can't go back and erase. I can't erase any of this, and whenever I put the mark down, I have to either, make it work, or, if it's a mistake, I have to live with it. And I love drawing with markers. It's one of my favorite things in the world. And as you guys see, I'm fixing to move on to my next little warm-up ditty. Same character base, so we're going to do a different pose here. Excuse me. See? Again, allergies. So, here we go. So with markers, a lot of times I think we get noodled down and afraid, and the marker touches the paper, and then what happens inadvertently is, just because it's a liquid medium inside of a little felt tip, what happens is it saturates the paper, and we have a problem. If I were to sit here and I were to hold it down, it'll leach into the paper, because the paper's porous, and whenever you put this liquid in here, it literally goes in. So I think a lot of times, we as artists, we want everything to be perfect, right? We want our drawings to be good, and that's normal. But in these, literally all I'm doing is just having fun, and that's what I really am striving to do with these particular drawings. Okay. And also to learn something about myself as I progress through, learning a little bit more about who I am as an artist. And that's kind of the whole shtick. So have his nose come down. Okay, since he is Frankenstein, we got to have his eye droop and looking off to the side. He's got his baggage that comes down. That upper lid sags and kind of gives him that gaunt look, but not frightening gaunt. It's kind of like humorous gaunt, but you know who he is immediately whenever you look at him. That character archetype, that zombie, not evil, but, off. Okay. So let's go here, and that nose come here. More of a bulbous nose, and then we'll have that other eye. There's that other pupil. All right, iris. Okay, then I have the cheekbone. Here, and then we'll have come down. Here's the corner of the mouth. The bottom lip comes out just slightly. Dry lips. And have that come down a little bit further. Okay. Have that come here. The shirt. And his chin comes out. We're gonna have a little divot right there. And we're gonna have these things with a little neck spike where the electrons go into him to bring him to life. Kind of fun, right? We're gonna get a little bit more expression in the next one, I think. This one's still along these lines. Oh. And again, whenever I do these, I'm always, I'm thinking in my head the voices and what he would sound like, and it helps me. Okay, all right, here. His ears kind of jacked up. Have that come around. We'll color this in just a little bit more. And now we're going to put in just a little bit of shading. And I'm going to make these eyebrows a little bit more pronounced. Literally, it kind of brings that brow down. I remember when I was looking to be an artist and illustrator, I was very fascinated with the art of caricature. And I would go, you know, whenever I would see a caricature artist draw, they would typically draw in markers. And it was so final. I was like, oh my gosh, you mess up one time, you're screwed up. And I asked the artist, I said, so what do you do in that situation? He goes, well, he said, you just get to that point where you stop focusing on the goodness of the drawing and you start focusing on the character and the pose and what you're trying to get across in the emotion. Excuse me. And that really helped me, and it freed me up quite a bit. It's 2 drawings, so we're going to move on to the third. We'll do 4 today, just really quick. So now we'll go make him a little bit more the traditional. So now with these, a lot of people don't like using these broad tips, but I do, because there's a point here, right? And then I've got the broader tip here. And then, you know, whenever I'm doing my simple sketches, coming here, I draw using that tip. So I get a nice light line. Here, like that. We've got a scar right here. Here. Okay. Neck. Shirt. Okay. So now we'll come here. And now, what I like to do is have an anchor point. And a lot of times the anchor point is going to be the nose, for me, at least. Here, the center part of the nose, and the other part comes over here. Okay, and that center point of the nose really shows me where all the other items in the face are going to be. So we're going to have that brow. Remember that nice solid brow. That cheek comes out. Okay, we're going to have maybe a little bit more surprised on this one. Okay. It's kind of a bewildered. Now, what's really cool is now I'm going to do the brow, or not the brow, the eyebrows, or the brow line. So I'm going to turn it over on its side just slightly to get that nice dark line, right? And then you have that. Here's the scar. Here, here. And since his head's tilted back, we're not going to see as much of his hair. His hair's going to come up the page. And what I do in my drawing process, and 2 dark circles around the eyes, again, help accentuate the placement and really show a little bit better form. Okay, so now we're going to come here. Okay. Here, have that come around. It's kind of like, got the teeth, jacked up teeth. And again, I'm not drawing all the teeth individually yet. I'm literally just putting a placeholder in there until I come back to it, because I want to address some of the other issues over here. So his neck, I want to come down a little bit more. Right? So then we got this here. Make sense? All right, so now we're going to have the ear. Here's the cheekbone. The ear is going to come up and around. Okay, and here is the, we're gonna have it curve out like this a little bit more. Side there. There's some shadowing. Okay, so he's got his gums like this. And we're gonna have a tooth here. We're gonna have a tooth come out here. A tooth here. Tooth here. So now I can press a little bit harder. And a little guy right there. That's kind of what he's doing, the shadowing. Just having some fun. That's all I'm doing. It's like, you know, whenever you do stuff like this, don't be afraid to really just fail miserably. It'll really help. And fail meaning, you know, not being or doing your best. What you're basically trying to do in drawings such as this is not so much come out with a really great drawing, but you're trying to understand expression, trying to understand form, trying to understand, you know, placement of stuff, and work your way through, you know, these images to help you. I'm gonna go like this because his mouth edges over here, you know, and just really start having some fun with it. You know, that's what this thing is about, right? It's about fun. Excuse me. Okay, here. Good. We're gonna have these come here. All right. And finally, this final drawing, gonna have him kind of showing or looking away. Right, the back of his head. Okay, but he's kind of looking a little bit. We're gonna have his nose come out here. And even this very rudimentary, that eye. Come here. Again, we got to remember with Frankenstein, he's got that really droopy eyelid. I have this come out really far, like right to there. Draw like that. Cheekbone. Here's his nose. Okay. I'm gonna have you see the end part of his nose. Okay. Here's that scar. It's all the way around. And here's his hair. You don't want to get in there and muck with the with all the strands. It's like the less is more. Less is better whenever it comes to hair. I remember being told that in college, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Less is more. Completely true. You know, don't get mired down in the details too early. Don't mess around. You know, we'll have some scragglers, some hair here. And I like to have reference points. Even whenever doing cartooning like this, you want to have reference point. You don't want to put the ear down here. You don't want to put the ear over here. It's reference to the eye. So we'll have this like this. Wrinkles and the eye, ear. So again, a little bit thicker. Okay. Here's that. Again. Oh, I forgot to put that there. My bad. He is Frankenstein after all, or Frankie. The other one comes out. Okay. What I'm doing now is kind of reestablishing that form factor. So we're going to have this here. Here's the edge of his mouth. Okay. Gums, teeth, gums, teeth, jacked up, of course. Here's his chin. Okay. Here's his shirt. Some scraggles coming there. Maybe got some hair on the back of his neck. Excuse me. Okay. Let's go ahead and color this in. Shade this in. Now, what I'm going to concentrate on is some of the more poignant details. Just give this. I guess. There we go. Kind of like this. Shows here. You know, maybe this particular part of the corpse has got some flat spots. Maybe he's got some baggage right here. Yeah, there we go. See, now, a lot of times it also helps, excuse me, to kind of come back from it. Or at least it helps me. I don't know if it helps you. Let's go ahead and define this a little bit better. Yeah. So let's see the other one, maybe. Yeah, we'll see just the edge of that one. Now he's got a couple scars here. Maybe his nose has a scar. He's just all jacked up. So these are just a few of the little fun exercises that I do first thing in the morning. I know you guys have, those of you that followed me a while know that I do this. Again, you know, utilizing the media to your advantage obviously is a bonus. One of the things that I like to do as well is to work outside of my comfort zone. You know, that's why I chose the black marker, because it's so, the results are instantaneous. You don't have to sit there and noodle with something. You know, you put the mark down and it's going to stay. You can't really do anything. You have to live with it. So I recommend, just as, you know, a freeing exercise, getting yourself a nice big wide black marker and start having fun, even on white paper. You know, I like drawing on tone paper, but white paper is good too, because again, whenever you're using this black marker, things are instantaneous and you can get some really great looking images, because it breaks things down into shape, and it breaks things down into a way that your eyes can really determine what's right and what's wrong, per se, instantaneously. So I think that's all I'm going to show you guys for today. Again, I will be doing the rest of the cryptids and mythical creatures as I progress through. I don't know if, I'm definitely not going to get them done in the month of October because there's so many of them, but they'll come eventually. So that's all I wanted to show you guys. Hope you liked the video, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.